Hello there, hi. Welcome to another Speedpaint video. So this time I'm going to be featuring the artwork that I did for Fabrizio's birthday this month. His birthday was April 26th, and so I just wanted to highlight his little speed paint for this month because I really like how the picture turned out. So the first thing I want to say is that Frederic and Fabrizio are characters that were originally made by the very lovely Tatty 1907. They are characters that have been around for such a long time, and as I've mentioned before in other videos, we have a bunch of characters that have actually been around for a really long time, as far as like having their whole design and a lot of their lore and personality and everything figured out. There's a lot of characters that we have that have also been around for a while but didn't get their designs until later, or didn't get some of their like information and lore until later. But Frederic and Fabrizio are one of the like pairings that I would consider like super OG, kind of like Lessa and Dayan as well. And then I've mentioned before that even, you know, like Vadim and Cole and like Yevhen and Winnie, and there are other just various characters that we have that have been around for a long time, and we would both kind of consider them like super OG. And so Frederic and Fabrizio are a couple that Tatty originally made, and as you can see in the little box here, I actually have an old artwork of hers. So that is from a really long time ago, and hopefully that kind of proves to you how long they've been around. And I mean, even before that, but hopefully that kind of like paints a small picture. Paints a picture, get it? Anyways, so I just wanted to say a little bit about them really quick. Fabrizio, so the one whose birthday it is, like that this picture is for, Fabrizio's a little demon boy, so he kind of has dealings with like our other characters that would be from like the underworld realm, so like the king of the underworld himself, Uriel, and other demons that are in that space. And then Frederic is more of an angelic being, and so he deals kind of with other people from like the high realm, I guess if you want to call it that. And so he has associations even with like the god of life, who is Percival, who I have also mentioned in other videos. And if you've been on both of our pages, you will see these various characters pop up at different times depending on, you know, what the artworks are about, or, you know, what we're posting at that time, obviously. And if you've been following Tatty longer than me, then you might recognize these two already anyways. So that's that's a great thing. And so as you can see, they kind of got this cute dynamic going on where it's like an angel and a demon. So it's like technically taboo, but Frederic is also kind of a person that you don't really want to mess with, so they kind of get away with that. There are definitely complications that come with it, but for the most part they get away with it. And also, aside from being like these celestial type beings, they actually lead kind of like a totally normal life as well. They have like, you know, a house and a family in like the earth realm, I guess you could kind of consider it. They actually have 2 kids that they've adopted, and Frederic's adoptive father lives with them. And then they also live close to what would be kind of like Frederic's, I guess, adoptive stepbrother. I'm not actually sure what you would consider him. They kind of usually just call him brother in general, but he's the son of Killian originally, and then Killian adopts Frederic and all of his other siblings. So they also have their chubby cat as well, of course, Boris. A couple of small details, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get anything like mixed up. Tatty is definitely better at explaining these things because, I mean, shout out to her because she is the one that makes everything fit together. I've said this before, but she definitely needs to get the recognition and credit for that because I am terrible at making things fit together. I have like jumbled ideas that come up, and then she's the one that's like, okay, let's wrangle these in, let's make them make sense. So credits to her for all of that. But a small thing that I can mention is that Frederic technically has like celestial siblings, if that's like, for lack of a better way to say that, which are also like angels along with him, and they all kind of have different rankings, and so they all kind of do different things. And then he also has siblings like that he was born with, so biological siblings. And Fabrizio also has a sibling, Miguel, and so he also has like a little family on the earth space as well, with like his parents and his brother. And Frederic has siblings, and so that I've mentioned before is Nikolai, Lev, Dasha and Natalia. And then, like I said, his like stepbrother Jasper. And so, yeah, they have their little families on the Earth realm, and then they have their families their family that they create together. And so they lead kind of a normal life with obviously some things in between, because they both have kind of like duties that they have to take care of between all of the different realms. So, yeah. But I just thought it would be fun to kind of highlight this as a little speed paint, because I love these two so much. I have loved them for a very long time, like even since way back in the day. And I feel so like happy and fortunate that they have been like, you know, incorporated in all the various little storylines, because, you know, obviously when you're figuring stuff out, sometimes you're not sure who is going to go where in some cases, but I'm so glad that these two kind of like fit into everything and kind of really tie a lot of things together. Like they connect various like multiple storylines and have their own storyline as well. So Frederic and Fabrizio are also close friends with Lessa and Daeyun, and they've actually known them since like all of them were in school. They attended the same little like competitions together. So Lessa was a part of like math competitions that took place in the school where Frederic and Fabrizio attend, and actually where Lessa's triplet sisters attend. So Dunya and Kilia also attend the same school as Frederic and Fabrizio, whereas Lessa and Daeyun attend a different school. But they meet when they are way younger, and then they are first rivals. Like Frederic is kind of trying to be rivals with Lessa, but then later on they kind of develop into more of a friendship, and then in their like adult and like current age they are more friends. So yeah, I think that's super cool, and I just wanted to make this special little thing for Fabrizio and for them, because they're just sweet. They're so sweet and tender, and I love them so much. Frederic is very much like the steadfast kind of like rock of the family. He's got like the masculine traits, but he's a huge softie as well. Like I said, he's somebody you don't really want to mess with, but he's such a sweetie. And then Fabrizio has definitely got kind of like maternal instincts. He's very motherly. He's very like housewifey, if I can say that. Except he's a little bit bad at cooking. Poor baby. He's trying. He does his best, and he does a fantastic job. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight this. I thought it was really cute. I like the way it turned out, especially for the time that I had, and I just wanted to make this little surprise video for Tatty as well, because the art was kind of a surprise too. I didn't show her any sneak peeks or anything when I originally did it. So I know that this video was kind of short one this time, but I just wanted to have a quick yapping session and keep my little posting schedule that I wanted to try to keep. But I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun to watch, and I hope that you like the artwork, and I will be back again very soon. So thank you so much, and take care.